Crossing water is always an adventure and can often lead into the unknown. And that's exactly what happened with an inner-city garden designer who bought a secluded retreat here in beautiful Pittwater, north of Sydney. It changed his outlook on gardening and life. Hey, Rich, how are you?
Hi, Costa. Welcome to Trincomalee.
Fantastic.
Great to see you. Thank you.
It's so nice to arrive at a place by boat.
It changes everything, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, yeah.
No cars, no traffic.
No.
The calm of the water.
That's it.
Oh, and this is it. I feel like this is an entrance to a secret garden.
Well, it is in a way. It's magic, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's 130 years old. It's a big part of the original property.
This stonework. Richard is a leading light in urban garden planning, and we've featured his designs on Gardening Australia. He's used to the highly demanding arena of inner-city clients, small backyard spaces and short timescales. But this wild landscape is a world away.
We're still on mainland, but just that thing of coming over in a boat and there's something about leaving that city life behind here. We're an hour away from the CBD, but we're in the middle of the bush as well. What brought you to this incredible landscape? I first came here 25 years ago for Christmas, and I was a Christmas orphan, as they say, and yeah, I was invited here by my friend Justine to come and hang out with the family for Christmas, which was amazing. I just thought this was the most magical place I'd ever seen. About 6 years ago, we had the opportunity to buy the house with Justine and Scott to co-own it together, to buy it with our partners. And yeah, we managed to make it happen, which was a dream that I never thought would happen. I'd lost Mum about 5 or 6 months before we came here. Unbeknownst to me, that my way of gardening here initially was a great way of just working through that grief, and it was a beautiful comfort being here. In that sense, it was a very healing process.
What sort of work was involved when you got started?
Initially, really, it was about removal and letting light in to the house and to the garden. The garden was a massive fishbone ferns and Pitttosporium trees that had started to, you know, just seed everywhere. We're about an acre of garden. Then we border, in front of us here, the council reserve. So we're on the edge of the block here, and so it's wonderful not having any neighbours.
Seriously, wherever you look here, everything is framed by the trees. Like, it's just an incredible window to the landscape.
You really feel hugged by the spotted gums.
Now, this part here, I mean, what were you working at in this zone?
Really, this garden and the one below is exotics and succulents that I know are very resilient. So there's salvias, Mexican lilies and euphorbias.
So these are more like the species that you've used in your design work. How's the contrast of this to what you've got surrounding you here on this block?
Well, they're very resilient, and they're giving a bit of that colour and form to a garden that is very naturalistic. And it's only really when we start to walk away from the house, that's where we see this transition into natives.
So it gives you this chance to move the planting and blend it back into the bush.
Yeah, absolutely. The idea is that the bush comes into the garden and the garden flows into the bush quite seamlessly without marking boundaries or barriers.
So this is where it's all slowly transitioning?
That's right. And when we first came here, it was impenetrable. Up here, you didn't want to be up here, really, because it was full of weeds. It was very overgrown with lantana, and it was just not a place you'd want to spend time in.
In between the terraces, I can see how the planting is starting to give you that meadow-like effect.
Yeah, we've just really let the endemic seed bank come back. A lot of native Plectranthus is just emerging. It's been quite wet, so a lot of the sedges and grasses are coming back.
So this work you're doing here is really important to the broader landscape, isn't it?
It is. It's about, yeah, no fences, no visible boundaries between us and the beautiful reserve. It's about keeping this flowing into the reserve in as natural way as possible.
And vice versa, the work being done in there looks after your block and you're looking after...
That's right.
...that block.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one and the same.
Paul is a bush regenerator who brings together local volunteers to help restore and maintain the bush habitat next to Richard's property.
I'll go and help the guys.
Yeah, all right. Paul.
Hello, Costa.
Good to be here. This regen space is looking amazing.
It's good. Yeah, it's worked well.
What was the landscape here like when you first started?
Oh, it was literally waist deep in asparagus fern. Up towards Richards, mostly, there was a lot of native vine cissus. Although it's native, it was out of place in a way and dominating. Yeah, it was quite a mess.
What do you think about Richard's approach to bring your work into his property and his property out into the reserve?
Bush-friendly neighbours, excellent. They manage their property as to any potential weeds which would invade into the bushland reserve.
So looking behind us here, as the team are hard at it, what has come back as a result of your work and what do we see?
We've got a lot of femida, or kangaroo grass. This one here is glycine. It's a nice little vine. There's an assortment of all sorts of ground covers. It's good. It's really quite diverse.
What's the background on the volunteers you've got with you today?
They're all local residents from the bays, Elvina Bay, Lovett Bay, etc. And they come along every month, basically. It's been rewarding for me and very much for them too. And it's a healthy bushland community over here.
Being in the garden here and working with the bush regenerators and Paul, it's helped me be part of the community. I feel at home here.
What experiences from here are you taking back to the city?
I'm taking back into the city really a greater understanding of a more naturalistic style, working with natives, being more patient with outcomes of gardens and in life. You know, and letting go of perfection and letting go of ideals of perfection. And I'm a recovering perfectionist in a way, you know? Yeah, so it's a magic spot.